I'm 21 years old. My name is Harut, and if you are new to this channel, then I've basically became financially free at the age of 21. I am making more than 10K a month for 3 years in a row. Some months $50,000 a month or even more. I can show you the proofs right here. This is one of the payment processors, as you can see, and it shows $406,000. We also have an Instagram with over 100,000 followers that you can go and check out if you don't believe me. And here's one of my faceless channels that makes more than $30,000 just in the first year and got 16.9 million views, right? I also was able to travel the world, to go to Dubai, right, as you can see here, to help my parents financially, to buy this dream apartment of mine, right? Let me just make it bigger. As you can see, it's in the mountains, right? And this all happened in a couple of short years. And I started as a completely broke student from a poor country in Europe, from Armenia, where the average salary is about $400 to $500 a month, and I've been able to make like more in a day than people make in a month or more. I'm not saying this to brag. It all took hard work, and it all took the knowledge that I'm going to share with you, and I definitely made lots of mistakes during the path. And in this video, I'm going to give you my raw and unscripted opinion on how you can become financially free, is it worth it or not, and how you can get there in the fastest way possible by avoiding as many costly mistakes, because there are so many things that I didn't know when I started, and I wish that people told me that I could just save one extra year of my life and achieve my goals way faster, but I just didn't know the simple truths. So I'm going to share all of that to you right now. I'm going to share my honest thoughts. It's not going to be an edited video. It's going to be raw, unscripted. My only goal here is going to help you, and I'm not going to sell you anything here. So please, only request is pay attention to this, because I guarantee that if you watch this video by the end, even if you watch most of this video, even if you implement a couple of ideas from this, I truly believe that your life will change for the better. So let's start talking about that. And the only thing I can mention here that maybe it would be valuable for you is that we have a completely free community. If you want to join that, there's no catch. I just help you, give you more courses, more content, where we can just talk to each other more closely with. If you want to join, it has 1,000 members already inside. Just check the link in the description. That being said, right now let's start and talk about financial freedom and how you can get there, and how I got there, and what the things I did, and what are my honest thoughts for someone that wants to achieve it, and what you can do to get there with the fastest way possible. Okay, so the first thing that really is important is to understand what financial freedom means to you, right? So what is that for you? And you probably heard about this, but that is really important, people, because I remember when I started, and it was a couple of years ago, I wanted to become financially free, but I didn't have a clear goal, right? I didn't know, do I want to make 1K a month, 10K a month, 100K a month? Is it having $1 million on your bank account? What is financial freedom? We need to start by defining that, because when you don't know what you are pursuing, when you don't know what you want, you cannot get it, you cannot achieve it. So that's the first step. So you can say, oh, I don't know, or I know it's 10K a month, whatever, but you need to get real specific for that. And I have an exercise that I did that helped me, and that is just writing down what you want your life to look like and how much it's going to cost. So you can write down, I want to buy a Mercedes, and it's going to cost me $1,000 a month of payments. I want to buy a house, it's going to cost me $3,000 a month. I want to spend 5K a month on groceries, on traveling, on food, this. Okay, I want to spend. And then you just add it up, and then you say, okay, cool, my dream life as I understand it right now, that when I get there I will be very, very satisfied, very happy, my quality of life will increase, requires $10,000 a month, right? Or $20,000 a month, or $5,000 a month, or $2,000 a month, whatever it is, depends on where you live, what are your goals, etc. You write that down, and then you have your goal on how much minimum, because there's taxes, there's other unexpected expenses, you need to have savings. So that's the minimum amount that you aim to achieving. But that's the first goal, because we need to define that. Because for some people, they want to achieve $1 million in a year. Some person that wants to become a billionaire. Some person, if they make extra $3,000 a month, $2,000 a month, $1,000 a month, it can have a significant impact on their life. So you need to understand what's their clear goal. So let's start with that. So for the sake of this example, we can say 10K a month, right? For some of it can be more, but right now, like in average, that's like a number that most people resonate with, right? Okay, so they think, okay, if I make 10K a month, probably I will be okay in most countries in the world, right? I won't probably be the richest person in the world, but I will live very, very comfortably, better than most people, right? So that's, let's say, a goal. It can be 20K for you, 5K a month for you, more or less, doesn't matter. But that's the first step, is to identifying what's the financial goal for you, right? So what's the goal? We need to identify that. So as I said, let's say it's 10K a month, or whatever goal you came up with, or whatever you think right now. So what's your goal? Right now, decide in your brain. The first thing that right now came to your mind, that's the goal. Don't judge yourself for that. That's what you want to make. There is a reason that you set that number. Okay, cool. So that's the first step for becoming financially free. The second thing that, in my opinion, most people don't understand is the following, is that you need to understand how you want to achieve it. And let me tell you why I'm saying this. It's because you can become financially free and you can make as much money as you want, but you can have no time left over, right? And you work 16 hours a day, 7 days a week, and then you have no time freedom, no location freedom, and you are a slave of that job that, yeah, made you financially free, but you don't have the time to spend it. So it's all about not just financial freedom, but how you achieve it and what's the path, how the path that will get you there looks like, right? What it is, like, how do you get there? Do you work 16 hours a day and then that's how you become financially free? Or there's another smarter way to get there? So that's what we need to talk about, because it's not just about how you can become financially free, but if you want to do that, probably you want to do it in a way that you will also enjoy, that it will also bring you some meaning to your life, that it will also bring value to people, that it will also give you financial freedom, not only financial freedom, but time freedom, location freedom, and all of that things that will actually allow you to enjoy the money that you're making. And that's the whole point, right? And for that, to get there, the number one important thing that you need to understand is that you need to believe that it's possible. Because when I got started, right, and you can look back at my Instagram and see my early pictures, like I was just a broke kid that didn't know anything, and I didn't believe it was possible. But the first step for you to actually to get there, right, is to believe that you can do it. Because if you watch this video, right, let's say believe, if you watch this video and then you want to become financially free, and then you watch videos on how to do that, and then you think you want to do that, and then or you do all of these things, but you don't believe that you can do that, then it's not going to happen. If you don't have the belief that, okay, I'm going to make it work, and it's possible for me to live the life I want to live. It's possible for me to achieve the goals I want to achieve. It's possible for me to achieve that amount that I want to make. If you don't believe that, then nothing will work, because we can talk about what's financial freedom. I can tell you all of the mistakes I made. I can tell you how exactly I've done it, which I'm going to share with you right now and give you my advice. But if you don't believe it, you are not going to take action, right? It's the same thing if you don't believe that when you eat, it's going to be good for you, or when you when you turn the TV on, it's going to actually turn on, you won't do that action. We only do things that we believe in, right? If you don't believe that watching this video could potentially help you, you wouldn't watch this, right? That's why you watch it. If you didn't believe that you know English, you wouldn't watch this video, because you would say, I don't know English, I wouldn't understand it, right? So this is simple and very fun examples, but oversimplified. But the main point I'm making is that you need to believe something for you to go and do that. That's very, very required, right? You can be insecure about it. You can have some doubts. That's okay. But ultimately, you need to believe that if you take the actions and you overcome these objections and you overcome these obstacles in your way and these impediments and these things that are on your way, you will get to your goal, right? That's what you want. You need to have that foundational belief. But I have a very good news for you. And the news is that if you're watching this video, vast majority of you already believe that you can do that in some level. There's some light, there's some fire inside you, deep down. For some of you it's bigger, for some of you it's smaller, for some of you it's small, but it's getting bigger, right? But everyone has that in some capacity. Everyone that is watching this video, because you could spend your time by doing anything you want. Right now, on internet, you can find anything you want. You can watch anything you want. And you decided to watch this video, you decided to click, and you are still here after 8 minutes. That shows me that you are committed and you believe that it's possible. So most of you, if you are here, I'm telling you, there's some part deep down of you, some part of you that believes it's possible. And you just need to take care of that part, and then you can nurture that part and feed that part and give positive thoughts to that part, and it will grow. And that's where it all starts. It starts with the belief that you can actually do that. And that's how I've been able to become financially free, because I believe that it was possible. I believe that if I start now, even if I'm broke, I can go and I can make all this money. I can get the followers. I can get the views. I can do all of that, right? I believe that it was possible. And that's why I've been able to achieve it. So it all starts there. So that's the next step. It's important. Belief. You got your goal. Now you need to believe that you can get there. It might take time. It won't happen overnight, but it will happen, and you will get there, and you won't quit until you do. That's the belief that you need to have, right? The next step that I really think most people underestimate, that helped me to make my first $500,000 a month, online, was the following understanding: is that it's not just about achieving it, but it's about achieving it the right way. Because even if you believed it, as we discussed, and you know that you can get there, and you can get there by still having financial freedom, not only, but also time freedom and location freedom, right? You have that, and you made it specific, and you have that goal, and now we can actually start the actual work. Here is the most important part, is to pick a leveraged vehicle. So this is maybe complicated, this is maybe not complicated, depends on like how much you watch stuff about this topic. But what leverage is, it's basically the difference between what you do and what you get from what you do. For example, if I just wanted to talk to 100 people one-on-one and to tell them this story, I need to go and to fly to their country and to their house and then to basically talk with them and then to say with the same things and share with the same story and try to help them. But what I'm doing now, I'm recording a video because of this phone that gives me leverage, because of this system, because of the internet, that I can just upload on YouTube. And I spend the one time that I can spend to talking to one person, but now hundreds of people can see it or thousands of people can see it, etc., right? Unlimited amount of people can watch this video and can benefit. It can even go viral or not, but more people can join and watch it and get value from it. But I just spend one time for recording it. So that gives me leverage. So I put the same time in, I get more results out because just me, right now, I'm sleeping probably when you're watching this video, or I'm working, and digital version of me right now is talking to you and is helping you, right? Or at least I hope it's helping you. So that's leverage. So what you do and what you put in and what you get out, that's the difference between that. The more, if you put some things in, if you spend 1 hour on something or one effort or something or energy, if you put work and effort into something, and for the same effort you get more results, more output back, that means that you have more leverage, right? So if you have a social media following, you have leverage. If you have money, you have leverage. If you have code, if you learn how to program, you have leverage. If you get better at communication, you have leverage because you spend the same time communicating to other people, but now they understand you better. Now you have leverage, right? So the best thing to start thinking about it right now is not just to get to your goal, but what's the most leveraged way and most leveraged vehicle to get to your goal. Because there's 1,000 ways to the top of the mountain. We can say this is the mountain, right? And this is you, right? So you want to go to the top of the mountain. Most people think that there's just one path. Okay, you need to go like this. But no, you can go like this. You can go here and stop and then go like this. And then you can just jump, go up, and then from the sky jump here, and then you will be at the top of the mountain. And then you can go here and then here and then here. So there's infinite ways to the top of the mountain. There's pretty much infinite ways to get your goal. But what we want to do is we want to pick a vehicle, a way to get your goal, which is the most leverage, which means that you spend the same time, but you get more results back. That's the whole point. Because it's not good to make 10K a month when you spend all of your time working. It's good to get to your goal when you're not working as much as compared to other professions, or when you're working the same amount but you're getting 10 times better results because of your vehicle. Let me quickly explain to you as an example. So what you can do is you can right now go outside and then you can meet random people outdoors, and then you can try to sell them something, and then you can get to your 10K a month, right? But that's not the most leveraged way. Another leveraged way is to start growing social media following. You can start posting on Instagram, YouTube, with showing your face, without showing your face, doesn't matter. You post content, especially with AI, it's so much easier to do now. You just spend 1 hour to learn to do that. You start doing that. Then what you do, you start getting leverage, you start getting an audience online. And why building an audience online is leveraged? Because of the internet. Because when you produce one piece of content, right, you just post it somewhere, and unlimited amount of people can see it from anywhere in the world. So you just did one thing, and even when you are sleeping, someone can watch your content and you can make money from that. That's why it's highly leveraged vehicle. So that's what you need to understand. If you want to become financially free, you need to pick the best vehicle. In my opinion, the best vehicle is creating content online. Doesn't matter you do it with showing your face or without. That's how, for example, with my personal brand, I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars, as I showed you, and with Faceless YouTube channels, I've made also hundreds of thousands of dollars. Hundreds of thousands of dollars. This is 1 million subscribers for another Faceless channel that made me around $27,000 in the first year. Blah, 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 blah. I don't want to share my story too much because most of you don't care. Most of us care about how we can become financially free. So I want to focus on that. But the reason that I've been able to grow all of this and to make all of this money is because I was creating content, right? And that's every single person that you are watching. Maybe you are watching Dan Ko, maybe you are watching Hamza, maybe you are watching Iman Gadzhi, maybe you are watching Alex Hormozi, maybe you are watching Sam Ovens, maybe you are watching Andrew Tate, maybe, I don't know who you are watching, but if you are following people online that are telling you how to make money, they are making most of their money from telling you how to make money by posting content online, right? And that's why it's the best way, because these people are doing it, right? The best way is to post content online and to create it, right? That's, in my opinion, is the best high leverage model. Because even the billion-dollar companies right now, like Red Bull, billion-dollar companies are right now starting social media followings and basically growing it there, right? Red Bull has millions, tens of millions of followers on Instagram, if I'm not mistaken. They are spending millions of dollars for growing and posting content because they see how powerful it is. Yet there are people just like you posting content without showing their face or with showing their face from their home, and they are making thousands of dollars, $10,000 a month or more, and that's what how it gets them to financial freedom. I know a bunch of people. We have a free community, as I told you. You can check the link in the description and join. It's free with over 1,000 members. And when I see that, and I see people that have become financially free, most of them use this method. So that's the most highly leveraged and the smartest path to get your goal. I don't care. You can post content on Twitter. You can post on YouTube, Instagram. You can start a Faceless channel, personal brand. I don't care what you do. You just stick to it and you upload videos and you create content. And what's going to happen? You are going to get leverage. So people are going to follow you. They are going to ask you if you offer something. You are going to get paid from brand deals, sponsorship, YouTube ads, all of these things. The opportunities are going to present themselves if you start creating content and you stay consistent with that. So in my opinion, that's the number 3 step for you, is to identify what's the path you are going to take. What's the highest leverage activity that you can do right now? And in my opinion, if you're watching this video, the highest leverage thing is to just have an online business, something online. And the best way to start an online business is to post content, is to create content online. That's why all these people, Andrew Tate is making $10 million a month or more. That's why I've been able to make tens of thousands of dollars every single month, right? It all happened just because we post content online. And that's the strongest vehicle. And I will explain you quickly, once you understand it, you can never forget this, why this works. People understand that, okay, I need to make content. They don't understand why. And the reason why content is powerful is because all you do with content is you provide value to people in a leveraged way, even when you're sleeping. Let me explain. Let's say you create a post on Twitter or you upload the YouTube video. When you're sleeping, right, your video spends time, the digital version of your video spends time with unlimited amount of people and gives them value, and these people start trusting you more, and that's why you make money, because money is made when the problem is solved, and you can only solve someone else's problem when they trust you, right? So let's think about this. How do you make money? How the people that cut hair make money? How do people that repair iPhones make money? How do people that post content online make money? How your grocery store in your town makes money, right? They just solve your problem. So if you're hungry, you go to a restaurant, you pay them, they give you food. Now you solved your problem of being hungry, right? Now you didn't know how to become financially free, or you wanted additional value, additional clarity. That was your problem. You came here. Now you can get just one idea that can help you to get closer to your goal. So that's the problem that it's solving. So content is solving people's problems and developing trust even when you're sleeping. That's why it's so powerful, right? So let's say we can all agree that your net worth is your network, or you are the sum of the 5 people that you spend the most time with, right? You become who you hang around with, or you become like your friends. We can all agree with these statements, right? Because if you're in a company of 5 billionaires, eventually you will start making more money. If your 5 friends are just addicts that are just doing bad habits every single day, you will probably become someone similar to that. So what I'm saying is we become the people that we spend the most time with, and that's the reason that trust is developed only by time and by spending time with someone else. So if you saw me first time ever and you spent just 1 second with me, you would trust me less. If you spent with me 20 minutes, you would trust me more. If you spent with me 10 hours and I actually help you, you will trust me more, right? Why most people trust their family? Because you have spent years, decades with them. That's why you trust them. So it has been constant and consistent reinforcement of positive behavior, which means, I can trust this person, that it's okay. Time proved that we are good, right? That's why you trust. And when you're sleeping, content is developing trust in a digital leveraged way. When you're sleeping, unlimited amounts of people, and that's how you make money, because you develop trust, you solve people's problems, and you make money. And also, how it's leveraged is because if you want to go in real life, meet people and just give them connections and give them value, that's how we all know in 20th century people were going up in their hierarchy of their career, right? By just being good to people, providing value, having a good reputation, doing something good for someone else. So hopefully in the future they can do something good for you. That's how it was just about developing relationships and knowing people that know people that can give you the thing that you want, right? It was all about who you know, who knows you, who likes you, who can do something for you, all of that stuff. But if right now go and you start doing that, you are just limited to your city, right? Or your country. You can't do it. If you are in one country, if you are from America, from USA, from Canada, or from Europe, you can just go and every day travel and meet people from Europe and then from Australia and from all of this, right? You can't. But with internet, you just upload it once, and everyone from 99% of the countries in the world that speak English can watch your content, right? And that's a highly leveraged way to develop a trust with all of these people, even when you're sleeping, and you make money, right? Because of that. So that's why content works, because it It leverages the human connections and human trust and solving problems, and that's how you, on a philosophical level and on a foundational level, make money. That's how it all works, right? So that's the next important principle for you to understand on what's the best vehicle to pick, and in my opinion, is content creation. So the last thing is this. The last thing that I want to share, and this is the biggest mistake that I've made, is that on my path of financial freedom, I didn't understand this simple principle because I started creating content. I believed it was possible. I had the goal. I was working. I was failing. I was persevering. I was doing all of these things, and I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars online with our educational businesses, with our faceless YouTube channels, right? With other businesses that I'm partnered up with. So all of these things, right? So it all happened, but I didn't understand this principle. It doesn't matter how much money you make. What matters is how much you keep. And you probably have heard this. And I had the exact opposite mindset. When I had money, I immediately spent it. And I consider myself as a generous person, not from my words, from the people around me. When I see someone, I just buy a gift for them. It doesn't matter. If I can spend money on something good, I will do that. I don't look at the price. I just do it, right? But what I understood, it's not just about how much money you make, it's about how much money you keep. Because even if you get your 10K a month goal and then you spend it all, right? You are at the same position that you were at zero, which means you are not financially free. But on the other hand, if you have a very simple life, let's say, and you don't have a crazy goal of buying a Lamborghini, if you have, that's good. But if you don't want that, you just want to have a simple life, and then you make 5K a month or 10K a month, but you just spend 2K a month or 3K a month, and you have to double the amount of the money that you are saving, you are already wealthy. You are already financially free because that's the definition. It's about that you have more than you need. That's what means that you are wealthy. You can become a billionaire, right? But if your goal is to have $2 billion, then you will feel poor, right? Or if you make $1 million a month and you spend all of that, you will be poor. And trust me, I know friends right now. I know people right now that make hundreds of thousands of dollars per month, and they spend almost all of it, and they're all the time stressed. And that's the mistake that I've made because I didn't understand. It's not about how much I make, it's about how much I keep. So all I need to focus on is developing my skills on making more money and at the same time saving more portion of that, right? Because a dollar saved is a dollar earned. That's a very, very true saying. So why I'm saying this is because on the path of this journey, you might feel impatient. You might feel, oh, I am not going to get into my goals. But you need to understand you can always decrease your expenses. You can always save money. And if you cannot find a way to save money right now, you won't do it when you have more money. You will start spending it more. So you just need to start by saving a little bit more money. And at the same time, just saving won't make you rich. But start focusing on making your income bigger, and from that big income, saving money. But you need to start saving right now and don't make the mistake that I made, because it costed me a lot of money that I could have saved, that I didn't, that I spent at the moment. Most of it was worth it on experiences, on things, investments, right? But you also need to save more money, because that's what gives you the freedom. Because I thought when I get to 10K a month, I will feel financially free, but no, because your expenses also rise. When I get to 30, 50K a month, no, your expenses also rise. That's not how it works. And I know lots of people, I know people that fly private jets. I personally know them. They fly with private jets, right? These are the people from the movies that we watch, right? And they say that after like 10, 20 flights, you get pissed off. You say, why do I need to fly? Why can't I just teleport there? So you just get used to this money and you spend more to get more pleasure and stuff, and then you go broke. That's what happens to most of them. And you don't get the same pleasure. So it's all about understanding that wealth is just having more than you can spend or you want to spend. So when you have that, you can say, oh, cool, now I can control that. If I make $100 more money, if I make $1 more and spend $1 less, I become closer, a little bit closer to my goal of becoming wealthy and becoming financially free. That's a very, very foundational. You might not agree with this, but that's what I've experienced. And I want to ask you, and this is also for my younger self, if I could tell him something, don't do it. Like, just focus on that. It's more about saving money, making more money and saving it. If you focus on that, it's going to be great for you, right? And last thing that I want to share, that's probably the most important lesson, is that once you get your goal, you understand it's not about the goal, it's about the destination. And you have heard this all over the place. It's not about the goal, it's about the destination. You have heard this, right? But it is true. When you get your goal, right now, then you have other problems that you need to solve, right? Let's say you want to get 10K a month. You get there, and then you buy a house. Now you will have you need to buy things in that new house, and then you need to furniture, you need this, and then all the payments, all of the stress, all of the new responsibilities. So there will be new problems. So the number one thing for you to do is to have a goal, is to identify what you want, right? What's your vision? How much money exactly you want to make? to become financially free. Write down what you want to have in your future, right? That's the goal. Then identify the most leveraged way to get there and believe that you can do that and believe it's possible. Because without it, even if you know the tactics, even if there's I literally have courses step by step showing you how you can get started. But if you don't believe, if you don't know these principles and you don't believe you can do that, you won't achieve it. So you write down your goal, you believe it's possible, you find the most leveraged way to get there, because you don't want to go and basically repeat all these mistakes and put your head to the wall and avoid all these, repeat all these same mistakes and make your journey very painful. You don't want to do that. You want to achieve your goal in the best way possible, which in my opinion is by creating content and by having an online business, right? That's what I've done, at least. So you do that, you figure it out. The last step is just getting started right now and enjoying the journey. If you start now and you're enjoying the journey and you focus on these things that I shared, you are already successful. That's the biggest realization that I've had, and this is my honest feedback and honest thoughts and honest advice to every single person that wants to get 10K a month, 100K a month, or whatever it is that wants to become financially free. It is 100% worth it, because the things that I've been able to experience because of this money, it's crazy, right? So I highly recommend you to take this risk and to appreciate this opportunity that you have, because back then our parents, our grandparents couldn't become financially free because of the internet. Now we can. So this is such a wonderful opportunity that you have in front of you, right? But also understand that you cannot make it consume all of your life. You cannot just work 16 hours a day for 10 years and then lose all your health, and then it's not going to be worth it, right? You need to pick the right vehicle, and most importantly, you need to start enjoying the journey, and then you need to just embrace that and say, oh, today I got a little bit better than I was yesterday. If you do that, you are already winning, and if you keep staying on that path, you can achieve the things that I have achieved. You can have all of the things that you want, right? And you maybe right now you won't believe it's possible, but that's okay. I don't expect you. I also didn't believe in this stage, but yeah, if you stay on the path and you don't quit, you will get your goals. Figure out how much you want to make. Believe that it's possible. If you can go and watch videos on click here and to make money, but if you don't believe that you can do that, you won't click, right? So that's the most important step, is to believe that you can get there, because if millions of people are doing it, why can't you? That's the next step. And also figuring out the best way to get your goal and just getting started. Stop watching more videos, stop watching more education is not going to help you. You need to start now, start imperfectly, because you don't need to be great to start, but you need to start to be great. So realize that, get started, focus on enjoying the journey as much as you can, don't quit, and I promise, if you do it for long enough time, you will get your goals, and hopefully you will be able to experience the financial freedom that I was able to experience. If you want to get practical tips on how you can actually grow your audience, how you can start business absolutely for free, we have a community with over 1,000 members. You can find the link in the description, click it, apply, join, and there I can answer your questions. You can get practical step-by-step courses on how to become financially free with the most leveraged way as fast as possible. You don't need to show your face if you don't want to, and I will show you all the things on how to go viral, how to create content, actually performs well and makes you money. I will teach you all the things that I've done, so hopefully you can get your goals even faster than I did if you put in the work. So if you want to check it out, the link will be in the description, and also here I will leave my full story on how actually I step by step made $500,000 online at the age of 21. So go and check that video if you want to, and I hope to see you at the top soon, and I hope to see you become financially free in the next year.